so far? Awesome. I just have a visual of somebody showing up in a leather zipper mask with a ball hat, being like, personal. That was awesome. So, you guys ready for your next comedian? This comedian is from the area, and he's wearing a hat, ladies. Guys, give it up for Tom Hills. Come on.
That's a nice head. That's all right.
I know I said it was a hat, but this is not the hat you should be seeing at a comedy club. I should either be solving mysteries over Miami on their Vice Squad, or, you know, on a plantation with a mint tulip, or on an island off the coast of Costa Rica, just, you know, looking at a herd of dinosaurs saying, they're moving in herds. They do move in herds. I'm looking for a job recently, guys, and that's not fun. It's not fun. The worst part is that what they're naming the jobs now is really ridiculous. For instance, the worst has to be Subway. They name their employees sandwich artists. Which, really, who are you fooling with that? You know, guy looking at Craigslist saying like, alright, Subway looking for a sandwich artist. I'm gonna have to take an OCAB course for this, or what? This is ridiculous. Like, I almost want to take that job, guys, just so I can be a sandwich artist. You know, go in there and make a sandwich for a guy from H&R Block and take a long time to do it. You'd be sitting there thinking, dude, I gotta get back to work in 5 minutes. What's taking so long? And I'll say, art takes time, buddy. And I just continue to make the sandwich. Or, at one point, he'll look at the sandwich and say, dude, I wanted mustard on there. Why are you putting mayonnaise? And I'll say, listen, your lips said mustard, but your soul wants mayonnaise. And I just slather more on, just dousing the shit. Alright, and I'll finally get to that point of creative frustration where I look at the sandwich and I'm just like, not good enough! And I just smack it off, start banging my head against the wall, it's like thinking, my passion's become my nightmare. I had that point of postmodernism where I just don't even make sandwiches for them anymore. I just take pieces of the sandwich and start chasing them out of the store. Just like, get out of here! An hour later, my boss walks in. I'm just curled up on the floor, naked, missing an ear for some reason. That's the sandwich artist I want to be, guys. I work as a server now. Like, tip your waitstaff, guys, because we go through shit. The worst is that sometimes people don't tip, but they don't tip for the most ridiculous reasons. Like, I was serving these two old ladies the other day, and they didn't tip, and I'm like, that's fine. As I'm walking away, I heard one of the old ladies say, listen, I don't tip, because they spend it on drugs, alcohol, and abortions. And I think, oh my God, old lady, who do you think I am? Like, in her head, I walk home with a wad of $100 bills, and I say to my beloved, baby, we just hit the jackpot. Let's break out the good scotch, fuck it, the good cocaine. You know what, we're gonna be doing it bareback all night long. Because tomorrow, I'm gonna take you to the nicest abortion clinic in the land. Grandma be tripping, guys. Grandma be tripping. I'm getting a little bit older. I have friends of mine now who are wealthier than I am, and that's fine. That's their choice. And they made a better choice than me. But you know, the thing is that they'll invite me over for dinner, and they make these really nice dinners for me. Like last time I went over, they made this like blue cheese encrusted steak that they learned to make on the Food Network. And they're like, oh my God, I highly recommend this recipe. It's amazing. And I'm sitting there thinking, yeah, this is really good, because last night I had nachos made with ketchup and cheese whiz. That's not a recipe, that's survival. I wouldn't recommend that to anybody. Or they get to that point in the evening where they break out the wine, but they don't just break out the wine, they always have to have a story to go along with it. They always say something like, oh, you know, Janice and I, we went down to the Niagara region on the weekend, and oh my God, the wineries are great. We got this great 1983 Merlot, pre-Clinton, great year. It's amazing. I'm sitting there thinking, yeah, I brought Colt 45. 9 out of 10 homeless people say it's the best. Right there above Crest. I used to drink Canadian, but what can I say, bad year. And here's the thing, I love watching nature documentaries. Do you guys watch that stuff? I think it's amazing. My favorite are BBC ones, and the thing is, when they talk about the animals on these BBC documentaries, they always say like, oh, the lion is the king of the jungle, or the shark is the ultimate predator of the sea, and I'm like, that's great. But now I'm filling in the gaps for every other one I watch. Like I was watching the deep sea documentary the other day, and they're talking about this one fish called the viper fish, and it had this huge tooth coming out of its lower jaw, and it had almost like an incestual, looking like a backcountry face, and I'm like, dude, you're the hick of the sea, my friend. That's unfortunate. I'll probably swim down there and be like, boy, you don't belong here. Or the other one I saw was called the anglerfish. And this is a fish that had messed up teeth and an ugly face, and it has this big glowing orb coming out of its head. And David Attenborough always has to sexy it up by saying well, it uses the glowing orb to lure in small prey. And I'm like, oh, sorry, buddy, you're the pedophile of the sea. Shitty. You probably want to swim up the upper levels, but every time you do, a fish police come around and say, buddy, we told you, 20,000 leagues away from here. Alright, I'll leave you on this. I'm a pot smoker. I love that shit. Everybody in Canada is. Why is it a big deal? But I can't wait for the legalize now, not because the pot's going to be better, but because of the warning labels they have on the packages. They still have the frowning child with cigarettes, but they have captions such as, we're hungry because Dad raided the fridge last night. Or, we're bored because Uncle Jimmy took our Xbox and he hasn't given it back yet. I've been Tom Hills, thank you very much.